Okay, Rabosei, Bruchim Habayim, welcome everybody. And we're getting ready to start the Shiur. We're going to make a screen share to begin. And we're going to make the screen share with Mesechta Megilah. We can get that up here right now. Let's see if we can't get the Mesechta Megilah here. This one is something that's not what we're looking for. Let me get the other one.
Hello.
Hello. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yes. 3997. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so
Let's see what this is.
yes.
Okay.
That's not the one we're looking for. We'll be with you in a
No.
moment.
Oh,
We're trying,
that's a Gemorah. That's
yeah,
the
we're trying to get the right screen share. We'll be with you in a moment. Okay.
Hi, Harry.
Okay.
I will.
Okay. All right, here we go. Daf Gimel. Here we go. Do you see Daf Gimel?
Yeah.
You see Megilah Daf Gimel?
Yes.
Everybody sees Megilah Daf Gimel. Okay,
Yes.
Here we go. We're going to blow it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And
Oh,
we're
very good. Good.
yeah, and we're going to go to where we left off last week. Okay. We're up to here where it says okay, last week we learned the following. We're up to the we ended off with this last statement. Everybody pay attention. Eliezer.
Thank you.
This is the Yitzchok Rottenstein Shiur on Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. Here we are, Gimel Amud Aleph in Megilah, and we left off last week by the statement of this line: the Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah v'Itayim Rabbi Chiya bar Abba Targum Shel Torah Unklas Hager Omro, that the Targum of the Torah was said by Unklas Hager Mipi Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Yeshua, from the mouth of Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yeshua, and we pointed out, and very interesting, we pointed out that that means that Unklas Hager, we'll discuss him in a minute, Unklas Hager said this from the mouth of Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yehoshua, and that precedes him for a while, and this is the time of the Romans. Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yehoshua were the Rebbes of Rabbi Akiva. So it goes way back, and as we discussed just recently in our halacha shiur, this is part of the responsibility of doing Snai Mikavech Targum, going all the way back to that time, and it was said by Unklas Hager. Now, who was Unklas Hager? So we want to go to Unklas Hager, and we're going to stop this year. We're going to go a little bit to Unklas Hager, and we're going to get another share in order to be able to in order to, whoops, get to the right share. I'm going to share screen. Okay. In order to be able to get to the right place. Let's see if this is Megilah. No, Megilah. Sukkah. No, that's not the only one either. No, that's not the only one. Okay, we're going to go here because it should have been here. Let me try one more time here. Oh, let's see if this is it. See if this is it. Unklas Hager. No, that's not it. Okay, so we're gonna get it. I'm gonna go here because it was on the share screen before. Somehow it disappeared. We're gonna share this, and we're gonna come right back to Sukkah in a minute. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the David Classics. Let's see if we can get him again. Oh boy, let's get over to here. Okay. Nope. For goodness sake, I have it here all the time, and now it just disappeared. It just disappeared. That's terrific. All right. Be patient. I shall return in a moment. Okay, I'm going to be right back. Give me a moment. I will be right back. Right. One. Let me see. I had it all set up, Rabbi Say, and it just disappeared. Let me get back to this. All right, we're back here. And let me go now to, I'm going to put you a little bit down. I'm going to come right back. All right. Don't go away. I'll be right back. I had it all set up and just disappears. Unbelievable.
Mm.
We're almost there. Okay. Shut it off. Okay. Now we go back here. Got you back here. And we can start a screen share. If we can get this now. There we go. There it is. All right, we got it. Here we go.
Yep.
Okay, Avodah Zarah Daf Yud Aleph. Davosai. We want to know who Uncles Hager is. So we're going to this Avodah Zarah Yud Aleph. And we're going to read a little bit about Uncles Hager. We're going to read two references. This is not on our daf directly, but because our daf is discussing the translation of the Torah by Uncles, it's crucial to know a little bit about Uncles. We're going to have two Gemorah references. One is going to be Avodah Zarah Yud Aleph, and one's going to be Gittin Nun Vav. Let's start with the Gemara in Avodah Zarah Daf Yud Aleph. Says the Gemara on the top of Yud Aleph Amud Aleph, and we'll learn this piece of Gemara. Uncles bar Clonimus. Uncles, the son of Clonimus. That was his name. Agayer. He converted and became a Jew. How that happened is not written here. We'll see more about that when we get to the Gemara in Gittin. Shodar Kesar Gunda de Romoi Abasre. So the Caesar sent a troop of Romans, a gunda is a troop of Romans after him. What happened is, Mashchinhu Bekroi. Uncles got them involved in psukim. He started quoting Torah psukim. And Igayer, what they do? They all converted. He took the whole troop of Romans, he talked to them about the psukim, and they converted. Hadar Shadar Gunda de Romay Achlina. So he sent another troop of Romans, Abasle, after him. Amaluhu, he said to them, Lo Taimru Le Velo Midi. The Caesar said to the troops, don't say a word to him. Don't talk to him. What was the Roman emperor afraid of? He's going to talk to Uncles, and Uncles are going to get them all to convert. So he didn't want them to say anything to him. Kiavu Shaklu Va'azlu, as the troop is walking along with Uncles, Amaluhu, Uncles said to them, Eimaluhu Milsi Ba'alma. I'm going to tell you just a general statement. A general statement. If Yura Nokat Nura, a low-level Gifyuda is a low-level officer, takes a torch, Kame Puf Yura, in front of the big shot, the Pope, the Pifyuda. Right? So he takes a torch in front of the higher authority. Pufyuda, and the Pufyuda brings a torch, Liduchsa, to the Duke. The Duke is higher than the Pufyuda. Okay? Duchsa lehag Mona, and the Duke goes to the higher authority. And Hegmona lekoma, and the Hegmona, he goes as far as the Melech. He goes all the way to the Koma. The Koma, the one who stands, the one everybody stands up for, he goes to the Melech. And then Ukla says, Koma mi nokat nuda mikami inchi. Does the king carry a torch for anyone else? The low level carries to the next level. The next level carries to the higher level. The higher level comes to the king. Does the king carry anyone higher than him? Right? So he says, Amale, Amrile. So they said to him, we're going up a little bit, Amrile, lo. They said, no, the king, the king doesn't have to carry a torch for anybody. He's the king. Amalahu. So Unkla said to them, HaKadosh Baruch Hu nakat nuda kame Yisrael. God, who's the king of all kings, carries a torch for the Jewish people. And he proves it to them a pasuk diksiv, quotes the pasuk in B'Shalach. V'Hashem olech lifneim yomam, ba'amud, the pasuk continues, ba'amud anon, u'ba'amud eish loyla lifnei ha'am. He quotes the pasuk in B'Shalach, which says that Hashem carries a cloud in front of them during the day and a torch of fire at night. Igayir Kulu. They heard this piece of information and they said, the guy's right. And they all converted. They all converted. Says the Gemorah, Hadar Shodar Gunda Achlina Abasre. So the Caesar sent now another troop after him. Amalu, he said to them, Lo Tishta'u Midi Ba'adei. Do not speak to him about anything. Don't let him open his mouth. Kinakti leiv azli, as they were going with him, chaza mezuzta de mincha apischa. He saw a doorway with a mezuzah. Osiv yadei Allah, and he put his hand on it. We have a minhag that we kiss the mezuzah. But it's brought down that really, not so much the kissing of the mezuzah as it is, you touch the mezuzah. You touch it to show the chashivas of the mezuzah. Right? We kiss it. Some people kiss and then touch it.
Same thing with tefillin? Like
What?
same thing? Tefillin.
No,
Same thing.
the minhag,
Kiss?
the minhag is to kiss.
Oh.
The minhag is. Well, if you didn't kiss it, you're very
Yeah, okay.
But I will tell you this much. When I was a child, and you'll notice this about me if you pay close attention from now on. But when I was a child, I once went over to the Sefer Torah, like most people do, and I put my hand on the Sefer Torah as it was coming down from the bima. And by the way, the person who was carrying it down from the bima was our Chazan Ben Sion Miller's father, who was the Chazan in the shul in the Bialystoko when I was a child.
Yeah.
And I remember Ben Sion singing in the choir with his father.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, Chazan Miller was coming down the steps with the Torah. I went over to the Torah, and like most people do, as a child, I put my hand on the Torah. I went, touched it with my hand, and then I kissed my hand.
Mm.
And a man came over to me, and he said to me, "Is that the way you kiss your mother? You go over to your mother and put your hand on her face and then go like this. Is that what you do?" I said, well, what should I do? He said, why don't you kiss your hand and put it on the Torah, like you'd throw your mother a kiss? And it stuck in my mind. It stuck in my mind. And he's right. I go with my hand and touch the Torah.
That's
It's an interesting thought. I thought he was right as a child. So that's what I do. Okay, either way is good, but that's what I do. So here what happened is, he took the hand right? And Osiv Yodei Allah, he put his hand on it, right? Put his hand on the mezuzah. V'amalahu, and actually it should be on the side. You see, it says v'amrilei. They said to him, "My high, what is this? What is this that you're doing?" Amrulei, they said, it's the other way around. Amrulei, my high, and Omar Lahu, he said to them, Ema lecha at. Omar Lahu, he said, you tell us what it is. Omar Lahu, he said, I'll tell you why I did this. Minhago shel olam, the nature and the minhag of the world is Melech bosav adam yoshev mibifnim, a king of flesh and blood sits inside the palace, the avad of mishamrim oso bachutz, while his servants guard him from the outside. The ilu hakadosh baruch hu, when it comes to Hashem, avad of mibifnim, his servants are on the inside, v'hu mishamrim mibachutz, and Hashem guards them from the outside. Shene'emar, and he quotes the pasuk, famous pasuk in Tehillim Kuf Chav Aleph Esa Einay Harim, Hashem Yishmar Seikol Alecha Meyatov Yad Olam. He said this to them. You know what happened? Egayer, they all converted, and Su Lo Shadar Basrei. He never sent anyone to bring Unclus back to Rome. Because there's no point in it. He was going to convert the whole Roman legion. So this is the first reference that I'm showing you now in Mesechta Avodah Zarah, Daf Yud Aleph. We're now going to go to another reference in Gittin, Daf Nun Vav. We're going to get it right now. We're going to try to pull it up in a moment, if we can get back to the screen, the large screen. 1 second. Put my glasses on so I can get to the large screen and pull it up. Let's see if this is. No. Let's get out of here. And screen sharing stop. Okay, good. And we're now going to go. And no, this is not what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you small just for a minute. I'll be right back and get the next reference right now. 1, 2, 3, and get it, and pull it right up. You're going to see a little bit, but not too much. Okay. Solid Bobby, and we're going to go to Gittin. There we go. It's amazing. I had all this all prepared before, it was all set up, and it disappeared. Okay, on the base on the bottom, if I remember. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's get them. Go. Show it out. Gittin. Nun on the base. Let's blow it up. Okay. Nun on the base. Yeah. Nun on the base. Okay. One second. Okay, we're going to get you now. Screen share. Here we go. All right.
Okay.
Right now you see this. Here we go. Okay. You want to get the right spot. 1 second. No, wait a second. What that is this? Yeah, here we go. All right. This Gemara, this describes a little bit more about our good friend Unclus. We'll see it in a minute. Want to get the right spot? No, that's a little too far. I must have one. What's it? There's no law. No, it's not here. Okay. Oh, okay. Right here. Here it is. Okay. Here we go. You see it? 4 lines in the bottom. Everybody sees it?
Yeah.
Unclus bar clonimus. Okay, you see it?
Yeah.
Unclus bar clonicus. That was his name. Unclus bar clonicus. But now watch this. Watch this. You gotta see this. It's unbelievable. Bar achte de Titus have. He was the son of Titus' sister. Unclus was the son of Titus' sister. That means Unclus was the nephew of Titus. Watch this. Boi lag Yude. He was going to convert. This is when he was thinking of converting. Now, Titus is already dead at this point. Ozal Askiel Titus ben Negida. He goes and gets a necromancer to raise the spirit of Titus. Omale, he says to Titus when his spirit comes up, Man choshebahu alma. Now that you're in the other world, tell me, who's important in the next world? Omale, he said to him, Yisrael. The Jewish people are important in the next world. So Unclus says to him, Mahu li'id buki bahu. What do you think about my clinging to them? What do you think about my conversion to them? Omale, he said to him, this is the spirit of Titus talking, Milayu nefishin. They have a lot of words, a lot of laws. V'lo motzes luk minhu. You're never going to be able to fulfill them. It's a waste of time. Don't bother converting. Zil igdi bahu alma. Go and make trouble for them in this world. Go and start up with the Jews better. Don't convert. Start up with them. The harvest Reisha. And then you're going to become the head of the tribe. Why? Because the pasuk says in Eicha, I believe it is, he says, all those who start up with the Jewish people, they all become the head. Because Hashem wants that Jews shouldn't be started up with by a bunch of lowlifes. A simple painter with a name like Schickelgruber could never become the head of a state to destroy the Jewish people. The only ones who start up with the Jews are the biggest heads of state. So when they're going to start up with the Jews, see, you shouldn't say that little lowlife start up with the Jews. It's only the biggest guys on earth, Stalin, Hitler, Yamach Shemam V'Zichram, they start up with the Jews. They get to the top, they start up with the Jews because only the top start up with the Jews. So he said, you want to be in this world at top? Go start up with the Jews. Okay? And therefore, Nas Rosh. Because Kol HaMeitzah Yisrael Nas Rosh. Whoever starts up with the Jews becomes the top guy. Omar Lei. So Onkelos didn't stop. So he said to Titus, Dinei Dahu Gavra B'mai. Okay, now that you're in the other world, tell me, what's your judgment in the other world? Onkelos said to Titus, Omar Lei, he said to him, next Amud, B'mai depasik anafshei. What I decreed myself on them, that comes back to me. Mida keneged mida. What I wanted to do to the Jews, that's what's done to me. Kol yoma, every day, says Titus. Machan shi lei lekitmei. Every day they take my ashes, which has been spread throughout the 7 seas, and they gather the ashes together, v'dainalahu, and then they judge me when I was put back together, v'kolulei, and they burn me again, vadro ashev yama, and they spread me out on the 7 seas. So he asked Titus, should I go listen to them? So Titus said, start up with them. You'll have a better life in this world. So he said, so what happens to the guy who starts up with them? What I decreed on them, that's what happened to me. I was going to burn all the Jews. I got burned, and every day they judge me. They burn me again every single day, and my ashes are spread over the 7 seas. Also, Askei LeBilam. He went and got Bilam bin Agida. He took Bilam and brought him up in the necromancy. He says, Man Choshebahu Alma. He said, Onkelos said to him, who's valuable in this world? Amalei Yisrael. He said, in the world to come, only the Jews are valuable. So he says, what do you think, Bilam? Should I convert? Amalei. So he said, he quotes the pasuk in the verse, don't even think of joining them. Don't ask any good about them. Amalei. So he said to Bilam, what's your judgment in the world to come? Amalei. Unbelievable. I'm boiled every single day in Shichva Zera because he wanted to make the Jews commit adultery. So they boil it up and they throw him in every day. Ozal, Askei Megilah, Poshe Yisrael. So then he brought up all the Poshe Yisrael, Amalei, Man Choshebahu Alma, Amalei Yisrael. He said to him, the Jews, Ma'alad Bukebu. So he said, should I cling to them? Amalei Tavosam Rosh Datam Rosam Lotidros. Don't seek their bad. You start off with the Jews, and you're gonna end up in big trouble because it's like putting a finger in God's eye. What's your judgment? He's talking here about the so-called son of God. He said, who perverted the psukim. Feces that's boiled. Anyone who makes fun of the chachamim, nidun b'tsoa rosachas. Okay, unbelievable. So this is a little bit about Onkelos Ager. We are now going to go. We're now going to go, and we're going to go. Here's Gittin, and we're going to go to Gittin Nun Vav. Okay, we're right here. All right, and we want to get to Avodah Zarah now. Give me a minute while we get to Avodah Zarah right now. And we're going to get to the Gemorah and Avodah Zarah and show you one more statement about Onkelos. Oh, wait a minute. We did that already, right? We showed you that already.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did that already. Okay, so we're finished with Onkelos. Okay, we're finished with Onkelos. Okay, so we're going to get out of here and we're going to go back. The screen sharing is stopped. And now we're going to go back to our Gemorah. So let's go back to our Gemorah. We're going to do the screen share once again. And we're going to go get the let me make this smaller for a minute, and I'll come right back. And we're going to get Mesechta Megilah back here. It'll take a second, and we'll be right there. Okay. All right. Okay. Oops. Wrong one. 1 second. All right. Okay. Here we are, we're back here. And we're gonna write this up. And we're gonna go here. And now we're gonna screen share. And we'll have Megilah right here. And we'll show it on the daf. Here we go. Okay, we're back to Megilah, Daf Gimel. Here we go. We're back. We're gonna do another screen share in a moment, but let's go to the next line of the Gemorah. Finish up a little bit more Gemorah today. We have some time. We're going to do it. We started a little late and we got hung up, so we're going to get a little bit more. Now, we just said that the Targum Shel Torah Uncles Ager Amar P. Rebbe Elazar ben Yeshua. Targum Shel Neviim, the Targum of the Neviim, Yonasan ben Uziel Amro. That was said by Yonasan ben Uziel, Mipi Chagi Zechariah Umalachi, and he got it from Chagi, Zechariah, and Malachi. That means the end of Nevuah. Yonasan ben Uziel got it from Chagi, Zechariah, and Malachi. Then is the Isaiah Eretz Yisrael Arba Meos Parsa al Arba Meos Parsa. And because of the Targum that Yonasan ben Uziel did for the Nevi'im, that was a time that all of Israel shook 400 parsas by 400 parsas. This is an exaggeration, but it means the whole land of Israel shook and trembled because Yonasan ben Uziel translated the Targum of the Navi. Remember, this all started way back when we started discussing the letters of the Torah, Menatzbach, that Shokkum v'chozru v'yistum, they forgot those end letters, and it was put back, and the whole Gemara had a discussion about it. So now it's continuing on with this statements that were made by Rabbi Yirmiyah in the name of Rabbi Chia bar Abba. Now, Yatzas Abaskol v'Omer, along when after the whole land of Israel was shaking and trembling, Abaskol came out and said, "Mi hu shagila sisrayai livnei adam." Who is the person that revealed my secrets to humanity? Because the secrets of the Torah are in the Nevi'im. The secrets of the Torah are in the Navi. We'll see why that's so. Amad Yonasan ben Uziel al Aglav. Along came Yonasan ben Uziel. He stood up on his feet, right? V'Omar, and he said, "Anihu shegalisi sisarecha livnei adam." I, says Yonasan ben Uziel to Hashem, I am the one who revealed the secrets of Navi to your children. But I want you to know something, says Yonasan ben Uziel. Golui v'yadu levanecha. It should be revealed and known to you. This is a famous expression. Where do we say this every single day? Golui v'yadu levanecha vadecha.
By tefillin? Or
Not by tefillin.
this is
No. Many times a day.
Ashrei? No.
Golui v'yadu levanecha. What?
Asher Yitzchok.
Asher Yotzar, exactly right. Exactly right. Asher Yotzar, as Adam v'chachma, uvoravon nekavim, chalulim, golui v'yadu lefanecha. She'im yipasech echad mehem, or yisasein echad mehem. Yef shel eskayim v'laman lefanecha. That if any one of the openings or closings in our body would either close or open, we couldn't last a second. We would drop dead instantly, God forbid. So here, Unclus gets up and he says, it is openly revealed to you, I didn't do this for my honor, that I translated Nevi'im. I didn't do it for the honor of my family. I didn't translate it for the honor of my family. I did it for your honor, says Yonasan ben Uziel. So that there won't be a large amount of machlokas amongst Klal Yisrael. Says Rashi, okay? Shelo yirbu machlokas. Whoa. Shelo yirbu machlokas. Lefaresh mikros ha-stumin. To explain the hidden passages in Navi. You know, in the Torah, there's a whole Gemorah discussion about various psukim. But ultimately, the Gemorah fleshes out what those psukim mean. And even the Targum translations of the psukim help us understand. That's why we do Snai Mikra Echad Targum. But when it comes to Navi, there are some psukim that are impossible to translate. We don't even know the translation of some of the words. Can you give me an example of a word in any of the Nevi'im or any of the Tanakh, any of Nevi'im and Ksuvim that we don't know the translation of? In Megilah. In Megilah, there are words we don't know the translation of.
Yeah.
Name one word in Megilah we don't know the translation of. Think of one word?
No.
V'achastarpanim.
Yeah.
We don't know v'achastarpanim, but we have an idea. It's not a guarantee. V'achastarpanim, v'hapachos. We don't know 100% what each one of these. What about ha'achstranim b'nei haramochim in the Megilah? There are many words in the Navi that we mamish don't know how to translate. So Yonasan ben Azil said, I want you to know when I translated this, I didn't translate this out of my covet, but I did it for your honor, so that there should be less machlokas among Klal Yisrael. So the question then is, of course, if there was only for the honor of Hashem, why did the land of Israel shake 400 parses by 400 parses? Why did that happen? All right. So there's a discussion over here in the poskim about this of what the reason was, why it was so unusual. The Tosfos Rid, I wrote down, I checked it out. The Tosfos Rid comes along and he says a very interesting thing, that the reason the earth shook 400 parses by 400 parses is because when Yonasan ben Azil translated the Navi, people did not have to work so hard to understand the psukim. And when they don't have to work hard for Torah, they think the Torah is nothing. It's when you come to the psukim and you see some things that open your eyes and you say, well, look at the brilliance that's encapsulated within these letters, within these words. When you see, like we discussed this morning in the daf, word Yud Shin Beis that should be pronounced Yoshav, and instead it's pronounced Yoshev, and everybody knows it's pronounced Yoshev because it's teaching us a fantastic idea. You see the depth. People say, why can't the Torah be easy? Are you kidding? If the Torah was easy, would you say it's a godly document? You'd say some fool wrote it. The Torah is unfathomable because of its depth. The Ein Cheker L'Zvuna, so we say in the davening in Asher. And there's no end to the depth and understanding of the Torah. And so when Yonasan ben Azil went and translated some of this stuff, it blew the minds of the Jewish people because they didn't have to work so hard anymore. And Hashem made the earth tremble because it's important for Jews to work hard at the Torah because that's how they get the enjoyment of it. And there's a whole discussion about that, but we'll leave that for another time. All right, so this was Yonasan ben Uzziel. In order, Shelo Yirbu Machlokes b'Yisrael. Okay, let's just do a little bit more. The Od Bikesh Legalos Targum Shel Ksuvim. Now, this Yonasan ben Uzziel also intended to reveal the Targum of the writings, not just the Navi, but even writings such as Daniel. Daniel was not a Navi. And I don't know if you know this, but if you study Daniel at all, you'll notice a very interesting thing. What language is Daniel written in? Daniel is Ruba Deruba written in Aramaic. The majority, overwhelming majority of Daniel is in Aramaic and therefore difficult to understand. And in fact, Daniel has in it many prophecies for the future. So the Gemorah wants to know, the Od Bikesh Legalos Targum Shel Ksuvim. Unclis wanted, Yonasan ben Azil also wanted to translate the Targum of the Ksuvim, Yotzes Baskol V'Omra, along came a Baskol and said, Lo dayecha. It said, Lo and said to him, Dayecha. He said to him, Dayecha. What Dayecha? Enough for you. Stop it already. My timer. I don't want you to translate. Daniel. My timer. Mishum de is vacates Mashiach. Because it has in it the end result of the coming of Mashiach. And since it has in it the coming of Mashiach, I don't want it revealed. I don't want it to be revealed. Says Rashi, Kates Mashiach, B'Sefer Daniel. Sefer Daniel has the end Mashiach. This statement, we'll spend a moment or two on. The Gemara is telling us that the reason that Yonasan ben Uziel did not translate Daniel is because it has in it the Kates Mashiach. So what would be so terrible? What would be so terrible if we knew the Kates Mashiach? What would be so terrible if we knew when Mashiach was coming? Everybody says, oh, with davening Mashiach, with Chol Yom Sheyovo, he should come today, he should come tomorrow. Every day we want Mashiach to come. We don't know when he's coming. What would be so terrible if we knew? And by the way, can any of you recall a situation? And we can stop the screen share now, by the way, because that's the last line of the Gemara we're doing, and we're going to continue discussing this now. But as we discuss this now, can any of you recall any time where the Rashi, it's a Rashi in Bereshis, where Rashi himself says that Hashem did not want to reveal the end of Mashiach? Do you recall ever reading that Rashi quotes the Medrash, the Gemara, and says, no, someone wanted to reveal when Mashiach is coming, and Hashem said, nope, you're not going to find out.
Yaakov.
What?
Yaakov,
yeah. Where was that? At what point?
when he was giving the brachas to the Shvatim.
Right. It says, he kovtzu v'shimu b'nei Yaakov, gather around and listen, you sons of Yaakov, v'shimu al Yisrael avichem, and listen to the words of Yisrael, your father. Says Rashi, why did he gather them together? So Rashi says, Bikesh legalos es haketz, he wanted to reveal the end, v'nistamo mimenu, and it was hidden from him. Hashem took away his Ruach HaKodesh, so he couldn't reveal it. Why did Hashem do that? Why doesn't Hashem want the Mashiach to be revealed? Why not? Anybody have any possibilities? What?
He wants us to daven.
Right.
You want us to daven.
Mashiach, right.
Say animamen.
And if he revealed it,
Yeah, then you wouldn't.
You wouldn't say it.
you'd give
You
up,
would know when.
right? Put it this way. The
No,
other
Mom.
side- excellent, Boro. The other side of this coin is, not only wouldn't you daven, but let's take someone living at the time of the Crusades, or at the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, or at the Spanish Inquisition, or even in the time of the Yamach Shemainit par excellence, that Rosh Medusas al Brennen as they get, in Gehenna. Hitler and Stalin and all the rest of them. We can include all the contemporaries with them, whatever. But if every single time we went through one of these situations, and people would know he's not going to come for another 100, 200, 300, 600, 1,000, 1,500 years. He's not coming. Could we have existed to this day?
No.
Never. What keeps us going?
Anticipation.
But
Yeah.
Yes, we know it's going to come. We know. We know it's going to come, even if not in our lifetimes. But we know it's going to come. This emunah that's nishrash, it's rooted in the neshama of a Jew, is what keeps us going. This is what keeps us alive. So Onkelos Jonas Haman Uziel wanted to reveal this, and Hashem said, you're not doing that. There's no hope for the future of the Jewish people. You do that, they'll give up. Rightfully so. We're human beings. It's impossible for us not to. I did want to spend some time on Yonasan ben Azil, but it's a little late. We had some interruptions. Yes, Hashem, next week, at the very beginning of the Shiur, I'm going to spend a few minutes on Yonasan ben Azil, and then we're going to go through the rest of this Gemara, which is so fascinating, so many insights in Mesechta Megilah on things that we hear about, but we don't necessarily know. One of them today was, we learned about Unclus Ager. Number one, that he was the nephew of Titus. That's a piece of information that you should take with you. He was the nephew of Titus. Number two, he didn't try to convince anybody to convert. All he did was tell them the psukim. Let you think it on your own. You tell them the psukim. Hey, that mezuzah. Who's that? The subjects are on the inside. He's outside guarding, not like the other kings. You understand? And furthermore, that he describes how when Titus, who died a very ignominious, painful death, as a gnat went up his nose and chewed away his brain slowly but surely, and his body was burned and spread across the 7 seas, admitted in the world to come, the Jews are the greatest. We are punished by what we wanted to do to them. This is a famous pasuk in Parshas Yisro, in which it said that Ki badover asher zodu aleihem, on the thing that they wanted to do, that they were zomimim, what they wanted to do to the Jewish people, that's what was done to them. And that's what happened to all these. So this Gemara is a fascinating piece of Gemara. The little snippet that I wanted to give you from Mesechta Sukkah, I'll go over with you in Yetz Hashem at the beginning of next week's Shiur, and then we're going to go deeper into Daf Gimel Amid Aleph and eventually turn to Gimel Amid Beis. All right, any questions? All right, Rabbi Seif. Megilah is a fascinating study. There's some really heavy stuff coming up in terms of lumdus, but that is going to wait a few blocks till we go through some of the sukkim in the Megilah itself and explain so many difficult situations. But in Yetz Hashem, we will get to it. Remind everybody that tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., continuing with fascinating discussion in Mesechta Nedarim. And in addition, we're going to have a Shiur on Thursday night
In
in the
8:30.
Parsha at 8:30,
Right.
and then get everybody on the Zoom so we'll be able to have a large attendance at the Shiur. All right. So Yetz Hashem, we will discuss this further. Have a very good night, everybody.
Rabbi,
Oh.
Koyach,
Thank you.
Go, Rabbi.
Thank
as
you.
usual, wonderful.
Rabbi, thank you very
Excellent.
much.
As usual.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you're welcome. Shmuel. Once again,
Brother.
Thank
By
you.
the way, I'm sorry about the delays. I thought I had it down pat because I had all the Makomos set up, and I must have pressed the button somewhere, and they all disappeared. I went and got them, but Baruch Hashem, we were able to get
Okay.
it done anyway. Okay, Yetz Hashem, we'll see you all next week, or if not Thursday night, or if not tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, right.
Have a very good night, everybody.
Mark.
So,
Good night, Rabbi.
good night.
Harold,
Good night. Good night.
Yeah.
good night.
Good night.